Hi, travelers. Tara here, Hidden Lotus Tarot, and today is what? Um, December 28th. I think today is the new moon. If it's not today, it's tomorrow. The new moon will be in Capricorn, and Uranus goes direct, stations direct tomorrow. So if you've been keeping up with the news, Uranus brings about sudden things, unexpected things. So we've lost George Michael and we lost Carrie Fisher all within a 24-hour time frame. So um, many of you young people were like, and we hear everybody's going, young George Michael and young Carrie Fisher. Carrie Fisher was 60, George Michael was 53, but that is young. For you 20 somethings out there, no, that's not. It doesn't consider, you may not consider it young, but in the grand scheme of things, it is really relatively young. So just really sudden. Um, I have with me today, this is going to be an open reading. So it's not for any specific time frame or any specific sign. We're going to see simply just what the cards have to say moving into these final few days of 2016. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready for 2016 to be over. So was talking to Britta McBride, and we were like, man, it's been a crazy year. 2017 is going to be better. I'm like, dude, we're all we're going to do is be gearing up for new challenges. But hopefully it's going to be a much easier energy than 2016. I think was really kind of turbulent. Um, the political climate, the economic climate, the racial tensions climate, the sexual identity climate. All of it's been really, really strident and very dissonant kind of energies. And then, of course, we got people who are fighting for their freedoms in some legitimately, others questionably so. The weather's bad. What was it on the news? They were saying that we spent almost $1 trillion this year just on Christmas alone. I'm like, really? And we can't do other things with that money? So, okay. Anyway, that's my soapbox for the day. So I have with me the Rider-Waite, the Casanovas, because we haven't heard from him in a while. I have the two Sibila decks, the Vera Sibila and the Endovines, and I have the Angel Answer cards. And so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to mix the Casanova with the Rider-Waite. Now, of course, please keep in mind that each deck has a different language. They speak differently. So whatever messages come kind of may not make any sense. I'm going to do the best that I can to try to translate the two languages into one. And see how that goes. So we're just going to start and we're going to do a 9-card spread, and I'll show you how I'm going to do it. I'm going to put down and we'll just see what the cards have to say. I'm very curious to see. I have Uranus in the 8th house, and that's a scary placement to have. But curious to see what changes will be coming up for me as well. So hopefully there'll be some messages for me here in this spread. I have 2 more Akashic records to complete. I have contacted one of you. I have not heard back, so please check your email. We will go ahead and do the presentations after the new year. I will go ahead and clear whatever blocks and restrictions that I have found within your record. So that will be done. And then all we'll have to do is just the presentation for you. For those of you who have been traveling, I hope you have been able to travel in relative peace and safety. If you're going to be going out for the new year as well, please be cautious, be aware of your surroundings, try not to overdo it. Have fun. Just be willing to pay the consequences. So, I'm rather anxious for this Mercury retrograde to be over. It's going to be over January 8th, but I'm ready to get started on my classes and start putting those up. I haven't even done any work, to be honest with you. Been reviewing some things. So here we go. 9 cards. Wow. This is interesting. Now, under the bottom of the Rider-Waite deck, I have the 6 of Wands. And underneath the Casanova, I have the 2 of Wands. Can you guys see that? Play for the sake of playing, licentious play. But it's a 2. So I'm going to put these to the side here. It's interesting that they both have wands underneath the deck. We do have this Mars transit going on. So anyway, right in the center of the spread, I have the Empress. At its very core, she represents Venus. She represents a powerful feminine figure. But she is representative of Venus. And Venus is the natural ruler of Libra. But she also co-rules the house of Taurus. And I find that interesting because here we have Taurus here. Now, Venus is about the beauty, the wealth, the income, the love, the women, the money. In its aspects of Libra, it rules partnerships, both romantic and business. In ruling the second house, it rules your own business, the money that you earn for yourself. It rules self-worth, self-esteem, and values. Venus is basically about values. It's interesting that she has shown up in the center. I'm not exactly sure what she's trying to say to me right now. Anyway, the 9 cards are the 8 of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the 9 of Swords. The 4 of Wands. Oh, come on. The Empress. The 2 of Cups. The 6 of Swords. The 5 of Wands. And then the Knight of Cups. And as I said, we end with the 6 of Wands and the 2 of Wands. Now, these are both earth signs, this King of Pentacles and this Venus. Venus represents earth energy. I have 1, 2, 3 swords. I have 2 cups and 2 wands within the spread itself. I only have 1 major arcana, and it sits right in the center of the spread. Welcome new subscribers, new followers of the blog and the website. Thank you for sticking around with me this whole 2016. My Tumblr turned 2 years old the other day. I didn't even realize that. You can follow me on Tumblr, on Twitter. You can follow me by the website. You do not need a WordPress account. You can simply sign up by email. You can also come over and join the private Facebook group. The links for all of those are below in the About box section of the channel. I am available for reading 6 days a week. My turnaround time is between 48 and 72 hours. I offer more than card readings. You can go over to the website and take a look. You can click on the link here in the right-hand corner of the video. That will take you directly over to the website. Venus is rather fickle. She's a fickle goddess. Sometimes she can be about being in love with love. Sometimes she can be about being quite materialistic. But as I said, at its core, it is about values. Okay, what you will or won't sell your soul for? Okay, what is your price? Because everybody's got one. And what I'm looking at here with this, trying to see if I have any repeater cards within the spread. I do not. So I'm looking at, I would suppose, this masculine energy of this King of Pentacles. Now, we all are able to embody both the masculine and the feminine qualities of being human. So we're not necessarily going to ascribe this to a male earth sign, but in one sense it is about a male earth sign, in another sense it is. The Eight of Swords is the card of the victim mentality, okay? Think, because the swords represent thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, ideas, and communication. This is the air. Even the kings represent an airy quality. They that rules intellect. So in order for them to be in their own energy as this King of Pentacles, there has to be intellect in order for them to get to that position of being a king. So any king has an airy section as well. Okay. So it reads as though this masculine energy, this King of Pentacles, this Virgo, Pisces, or Taurus, for Pisces, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus individual, is kind of stuck mentally in a place where they feel that a bunch of bad stuff has happened to them. As though they have been the victim. But at the same time, we really are not victims, because no matter what the situation, it depends on the situation, okay? But if this is a situation in terms of a relationship, which I do sense that it is, or see that it is, when we go into relationship with someone, we are not necessarily at their mercy. It requires participation on both sides. So it's not really about being a victim. It is about, what did I allow to happen? What did I not prevent happen? What did I contribute to the situation itself? Because this card speaks to how Casanova, who was a great lover, had so many lovers. He ended up contracting syphilis. And the doctor comes to look at him, but the doctor was like, okay, he came to take care of him. But at the same time, he actually paid Casanova, because he ended up getting, so many clients from the fact that Casanova had infected so many people. Isn't that an odd ass story? So as you can see, so Casanova is ill, but he's ill through his own accord or his own actions. This can sometimes be come about through not necessarily carelessness, but not necessarily perhaps communicating your needs properly, or being aware of what the consequences of your behavior were. Okay, we're going to leave it at that. Now, over here, the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is typically a card that speaks to nightmares, anxieties, worries, fears. Sometimes this is a card of sometimes the guilty conscience, just in general. But here in the Casanova spread, in the Casanova deck, the the Nine of Swords speaks to consolation in times of trouble, a rebirth, and a recognition. Okay, so in one respect, it's kind of saying that this energy of this king is now kind of in some way, shape, or form coming to a realization about how he has ended up in this position. Okay. Now, at present, what I'm looking at is I'm looking at uh, the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is the card all about, it is about stability. It is about celebrations. It is known as either the marriage card. It can also be the shacking up card. Okay. Um, we see that there is some type of abundance going on presently. And the way the cards are read are past, present, and future. But we see here in the middle row, the present row here in the center, that it is perhaps the person's home life. Um, there's something to celebrate. Perhaps this is indeed about finding someone, okay, that you choose to partner up with after coming out of this space. Um, this could simply be about uh, finally gaining some type of harmony within the household, because this card, the Two of Cups, we can say that it does speak to perhaps a romantic relationship and or a marriage, but it can also be simply about the harmony within a situation. Um, I'm not seeing a queen here. I'm not exactly sure if this Empress is presenting herself as a female or an energy. She could be both. We shall see. Um, but it really does look like there's something that has come in um, that is quite powerful. It's quite powerful. This is what the Empress says. She's someone who is in her feminine power. In a sense, she kind of dwarfs this King of Pentacles here. Um, the future row, we have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is about travel or travel in the mind. It can be about leaving, actually leaving one bad situation and moving into another. Or it could be about thinking about moving from one bad situation to another. So it is either literal travel or psychological travel. Either way, it indicates a time frame when you are moving away from something that was troubling in the past, and you're moving forward into a new phase. Okay. Now I can see here that with this Eight of Swords and the Four of Wands, perhaps there's been some things going on behind the scenes um, in the home um, that have created conditions of illness or sickness, or the victim mentality, or feeling as though you can't get out of whatever it is that you're in. And for some of you, maybe you have been wanting to move. I do see this card sometimes as a move, literally a home move. But then we have this Five of Wands here. And this Five of Wands is speaking to um, delays, obstacles, hassles. Because it's a Wands card, it is a conflict perhaps of egos, a conflict of the way things should be done or the way you want to get things done. This can be people interfering in your life in some way, shape, or form. Everybody trying to give you advice or tell you what you should do, or come in and discombobulate the environment. But the fives simply represent not only changes, but they represent outside forces. Interestingly, Venus in Taurus is the Hierophant, and he's a five. Sometimes I've been noticing lately, when I said I was doing my classes, I've been picking up on a lot of different connections that I have not seen before in the cards. So this could represent Venus in Taurus here, okay? This is Venus in Aries, and this is Venus in Cancer. So I have three Venus cards around and a minor Venus card here. So this represents Saturn and Leo. And Leo is all about expansion. It is about, it is big, bold energy, gregarious energy, the energy of the self-expression. It also rules children. The fifth house rules children. And oddly enough, the fifth house and a five. So this could be some kind of conflict over children, around children, about children, but it can also speak to fighting like children. Okay. either way, there's some kind of upheaval or change surrounding the area of kids. Um, and I would think that this Six of Swords is somebody perhaps trying to figure out a way. Um, it's almost as though the cards, they're either trying to get away from that situation, or there's some conflict as they try to move into a new situation that may involve maybe the blending of two families, or two single people coming together. Each one's got kids. Um, and here's where it gets kind of tricky, because it ends here with this Knight of Cups. Now, in the Rider-Waite deck, the Knight of Cups is simply a message or an offer that comes in. However, it's never really a fully fledged offer. It can sometimes be one that's a long time in coming. Somebody maybe stepping forward and then stepping back. In this deck, he is known as the Deceiver and the Seducer. Okay. Yes, he comes with an offer. And this offer may be exactly what it is that you need. Now, this could be for male or female. The reason why I say that is this knight is on a white horse. And white horses tend to represent rescue, aid on the way, help. But as you can see, he's cloaked and he has on a black mask. So what this tells me is that whatever this message or this offer is, it might not be what you think it is. Since we have the Mercury retrograde, I would tend to think that if a old lover comes back, and I think you want to be a little bit cautious as you move through this energy, because there's information that hasn't been revealed yet. Okay. And this could simply be someone returning back because they need help. They're not back because they're in love with you. They're back because they need help. So the question becomes, do you get back with them because you love them, or do you accept their offer of just needing help? Maybe they don't really feel the same way that you do. Okay. So what do you do about that? It does speak to some type of reconsideration coming in. That is what this, a recognition or a consolation, a rebirth. So I do feel in one respect that this is a new, the return of a old situation here. One that really maybe you haven't even forgotten about. You've been trying to get away from it. You're kind of stuck in that energy here. See, we see you, someone trying to move away from that. And then suddenly, here's this recognition, a consolation. Oh, wow, you know, now I really realize what this person meant to me. Okay. So I'm going to return. You see, this, he's coming back in the middle of this fight, this upheaval. There's an offer coming in the middle of this upheaval here. But we can see it's one that, it's like the person that's going from one upheaval to the next, or that you moved away from something and that has caused or is causing some upheaval, but here comes another offer right in the center. Now, with the Six of Wands, the Six of Wands tells me that this is Jupiter in Leo. Jupiter offers protection. So he tells you that no matter what the situation is, there is some type of protection there, and there's some kind of opportunity for you. The question becomes, what does that opportunity mean, and what is it going to cost? This could be literally a financial cost, but it could also be a moral and ethical choice. Okay, cost. So, you see, because we have this card. This card says there's a victory here. So it's almost like somebody wins whatever this conflict is, or somebody, and they're protected in that. They were not alone on this battle that they went in. And here we have another white horse. Okay. Um, this horse is saying to be cautious, you know, and these leaves on these um, wands there, they look like butterflies. So to me, it's a victory in the sense that a situation may be transformed. Okay, someone has been able to transform, perhaps by sheer will, power, sheer strength, that Leo energy of just kind of forging ahead no matter what, and there's a transformation, so there's a victory in that. But the horse here is kind of saying, you know, slow your roll, don't get too excited. And I say this because I have these two wands here. Now, the meaning of this card is licentious play, or play for the sake of playing, but it also speaks to a beginning. Twos are about choices, contemplation, um, discovery, licentious play, experience, seeking for stimuli in luxurious circumstances. Again, it goes back to this Venus card. So this could be somebody new, or in a sense, I want to say it might be somebody new coming in, or it could be the return of someone who has perhaps has changed or transformed in some way. So in other words, it's not going to be the same old person you've been dealing with. But yet and still, we have this offer that's kind of cloaked or camouflaged. There's something about the offer that I don't think we have seen yet, or that we know much about. So I'm going to be taking a look at that. The seducer, deceit, the bearer of other people's letters, and an invitation. This could literally be about a third party coming into a relationship. Literally. I only have these two court cards here. But then right in the center, I have the number 3, who sits opposite the stability of a committed relationship and a very, very deep partnership. So let's go to the Sibilas. You see, and there's a change down the presently. There's some kind of change. This could be a change in finances for someone. Saturn and Leo. You know, Leo wants to just go do stuff. It's a fire sign. But Saturn comes in to kind of tamp that down and say, no, not yet. You can't do it just yet. Um, you know, it's about stability, and it is about commitment. It is about time and timing. This goes back to the time frame of July 22nd through August 1st. If those dates mean anything to any of you. And this is a continuation of it. So it's like whatever this upheaval was, this fight, this argument, this conflict, and maybe this is what the horse is kind of saying, okay, well, there's a victory, but there's still something else that's coming. And we can see that right here. So let's go to the cards. I want to take a look first at what this 8 of Swords, it's all about. It's an 8, a 9, and then it's all the way down to a 6. We can see here there's a rebirth. There's some type of rebirth, perhaps through a Venus transit, that we have Venus in Aquarius right now. Venus is not comfortable in Aquarius. It gives you a more detached view of finances, romance. Maybe now, you know, that there's no real emotion involved in it. You're able to see your way clearly in terms of the things you want to accomplish for yourself, or that you want for yourself. I think that the numbers 8 and 9 speak to fear of things being said, or things said that wounded or hurt, but also a fear of saying something, a rebirth. But Venus, who does rules the 7th house, she's all about love. So this could simply be a recognition that there are deep feelings there. And maybe this 6 of Swords is speaking about having to take some time out away so that you can have that reckoning. But now that we want to move forward, we see that there are more delays here. There are more problems. There's more things than what meets the eye. And this could also be what this king, this Knight of Cups is saying. It kind of reads like a panacea. You know, it's whatever this offer is, it's going to be the fix and it's going to be the cure. But again, there's some type of moral or ethical dilemma attached to it. So what is it that you truly want, and what are your values surrounding those things? And what are you willing to stand firm on, and what are you willing to compromise on? Because really, that's what Libra is all about. It is about finding the balance. And we can see this shit's been out of balance for quite some time here. Let's go ahead and take a look at what in one respect, it reads like finances, home, love. I mean, it's pretty much every suit is represented here. The coins, the swords, the wands, the cups, and a major arcana. And the major arcana takes weight. Even though it's only one card, it takes more weight over everything else in the spread. Just that one card holds sway over this entire reading. Alegria, family and friends. Now, this Sabila deck has a distinction. There are 2 or 3 types of happiness of the heart here. This is happiness with friends and family. Okay, then we have the alegria, which is, I think that's the one. I can't think of. That's the alegria. The other one, it's the happiness of the heart. So there are 2 distinctions, and that represents 2 different spheres of someone's life. You have your groups, your friends, your family. That's a kind of love. And then there's that personal kind of love that you want for yourself. A reunion. And a trip. Now, so what this tells me is the alegria. Something either occurred or happened, or somebody thought that there was something that occurred or happened. They obviously don't feel very good about it. And it involves either time with, because this is pastime celebrations with family and friends, either something to do with the family or perhaps friends. I would take this to be about groups of people because there's more than one in the spread. Now, the reunion, this could be a meeting, meeting someone, but it can also speak to a job interview. And the viaggio, this is a trip or a vacation. So that's quite an interesting trio on this 8 of Swords here. Whatever this event is, these 3 cards are rather positive. You know, a trip is neutral. It's either good or bad, right? Friends or family, well, that could be either way as well. And so can this. But together, they are relatively positive cards. Maybe this is somebody having traveled back, got together with friends and family over the holidays, And remember I was saying about, you know, the New Year's coming up, maybe they've overdone it. I mean, it could be just that simple, okay? But there's something else underneath this spread here. I want to take a look at the more troubling cards. And that's going to, the next one is going to be this Nine of Swords here. See, we go from a 4 to a 5. And then we go from a 2 of Cups to just an offer. This is something fully fledged. This is an offer. Now, what's interesting is if I take these two cards and put them together, 2 wands plus 6 wands, is 8 wands. We do know that Mercury will be coming out of retrograde phase January 8th, but then there's a 2-week direct shadow phase period. So it's actually going to be January 28th, at which time we have another transit of something coming up. It's going to be a major transit. Jupiter in Libra will be here until October 2017, at which point it will move into Scorpio. And then the sign of Scorpio will get to host Jupiter for a whole year. The Libra energy is here to clear away and wipe away those imbalances and those things that have held us back in terms of forming true partnerships and equality within partnerships. For some people, that doesn't mean that you're going to, you know, maybe for you, it's all about being single and not having kids. That's your choice. But being able to find, because then society can sometimes make people feel bad for that choice because they're expected to get married and have kids and whatnot. But, you know, strictly it's up to you. Again, there's people here. So we have pleasant conversation. The single man. And the pensiero. Wow. Well, on rebirth, consolation, and recognition. So maybe this is about someone who had a perception, maybe they're not going to fit in, or the person's not going to fit in, or maybe the last time they joined forces with someone, it didn't work out because their family didn't like them, or their friends didn't like them, or that person didn't like the family or friends. I don't know. But now we have somebody looking at a rebirth, a recognition of something here that they're weighing up. They're weighing up this pleasant conversation and the fact that they're single. I don't know what that means. I want to pull, I'm going to pull the Indovenas on this Empress, because she speaks to both love and money. She speaks to the outward values, if we're going to look at her as the Hierophant and the social norms, but she also speaks to self-values. What are your personal values? Are your personal values so rigid that there's no room to allow change in? This could be a temptation coming in. And then where do your values stand? Okay. Are you going to be one of those people, well, what's good for the goose is good for the gander? Or are you going to secretly indulge in your own, whatever this is, this offer, this temptation that comes through, but yet perhaps you have chastised or ridiculed or judged someone for whatever their indiscretions or imperfection has been, based around their values and their morals. Let's take a look at this Six of Swords. See, it's speaking to two things: love, money, and security. And that's really your value system. Everybody wants love. We all need money. We all want security. So what do you do to get those things? A message from far away. Now, this Domestico, he's kind of a sleazy character, but he's a servant, so he does things for people. Um, but he's also can be a collaborator, okay? A collaborator. And then we have the Donati, which if does speak to valuables, keeping things that you value safe, but it speaks to money and it speaks to security. Almost like the message comes first, and we see this Domestico uh, going back towards the message there. But whatever he's leaving behind, in a sense, we can say that it's safe, okay? It's protected. We are speaking about Jupiter in Libra. I want to look at, and then I'm going to take the Indo-Venus, and I'm going to look at this Empress with the Five of Wands. It looks like a marriage here, or at least a relationship that is committed or moving towards commitment. I only have the 1-4 here, but this can sometimes be about moving. The 6 of Swords with the 4, somebody who's considering moving. Maybe this is what the Messaggere and the Domestico is speaking about. But at the same time, the Messaggere and the Domestico, it's like a message came in and somebody returned to help. I don't know. It does not tell me that the Messaggere doesn't say whether or not it is this message from far away is good or bad. It's simply a message from far away. This could be documentations. It can be text messages, emails, letters. I don't know too many people who do snail mail, but maybe this came in around the holidays. Like, I'm picking that up because of the garland of flowers there over the 4 of Wands. This could be receiving a message from someone from your past. Let's take a look at this Knight of Cups. The precious presence. There's money all around this. There's something to do with money and gifts. The Mercante, business. This is the guy of negotiations and contracts. I kind of look at this card like the 3 of Wands. Well, isn't that interesting? This is male, definitely male energy, because I'm looking at all of the male cards here. The precious presence, a gift, not unselfish. Is that the offer that's coming? The mercante, somebody who comes in and makes deals, negotiations, or contracts, a business person. But then I have the dilettante. And the dilettante speaks to stupid actions and stupid behaviors. So in one respect, just looking at the imagery, this mercante has turned his back on one offer, okay? And now he's weighing up whether or not this new contract or this new thing is going to be something perhaps that he may regret. So therefore, the offer comes a bit cloaked, not knowing the full story, not getting the, if this is about work, a new job offer coming in, and I say that because I do have these wands cards here, even if this is about moving, I keep picking up moving. Someone either moving for love, moving for partnership, um, moving even for work. Move cautiously through this retrograde time frame. Look over any documents that will be coming here. There may be something not quite right with the offer. Let's put it that way. Okay. Let's take a look at what this Empress is trying to tell us. If this is not about an earth sign male and or female, then it is someone who embodies the qualities of this King of Pentacles. They're going to be somebody who's grounded, who's relatively balanced in all areas. They don't move too fast. They're patient. They may either hold a position where they may be wealthy themselves, or they may be in a position where they handle or deal with a lot of money. Somebody in the stock market, a banker, a property owner, but someone who's worked long and hard to accrue what they have. It does represent Taurus. This could even be about the stock market. There's about to be a change within the stock market itself. So maybe now the person has to maybe do deals with people that maybe they really shouldn't be doing deals with. And they're trying to weigh up how much is this going to be the worst mistake of my life or not? Why? Because what we're looking at here is some type of security and some type of balance that's being at present right now. And these two Leo cards. Leo is all about this, the strength card. It's about taking a risk. Well, this speaks to the card is trap. I want you to pay close attention to these. Love, there's Cupid. And a country house. Here with the house. Here with someone who feels they can't get out of a situation. The house implies not only it's supposed to be like a somewhat risk-free investment. So we've got two houses here. It almost reads like this is like the Three of Swords here. So I would take it to mean that this is an individual who's been through perhaps a divorce. Maybe this is what that speaks of. Maybe there was an attempt to reconcile here. And it worked for a little while. But now there's trapped in love, maybe literally trapped in their environment. Interestingly, this would represent the Two of Cups. It's the Two of Hearts. Or they find themselves trapped in a relationship now where they are not sure which direction they should go in. Hence, we have these people traveling this way, him leaving something, but you see it's in the opposite direction of which way the boat is. This is a conflict. This is, I think, an internal conflict, and most definitely there could be family, there could be friends. Maybe we've tried negotiations. Maybe it's best that I just remain single. Because you see, this is also the future. And we see that there's a recognition of some type of harmony. And an offer. An offer that's returning. But the person fears it. And maybe they fear it because they've already been in that situation before. Remember, they think they're a victim, okay, but they're really not, because everybody has free will. Maybe this is somebody who feels that because they've had a bad experience before, that if they try this again, they're going to end right back up in the same situation that they've been in before. But these are perceptions. Ah, I didn't mean to take these cards, but look. Disgrazia, the Tower, Uranus, present. A misfortunate event involving a friend or a loved one, someone. This implies loyalty and fidelity. And a complete separation from that situation. That's the Morte card. And these are two, this is a transformation. Again, remember I said there's some kind of transformation here. This is a transformation. And look, it took whatever this house on fire was to bring that about. Here's a match. The house is on fire, and there's a match. Now, I wasn't going to take those cards, so I want to lay, I was actually going to use these, the Endo-Venus, and I'm going to lay these on top of those to see if there's a second message that can go with this. And then I'm going to pull Endo-Venus, I think, on this Two of Wands. That's a start. And maybe this is about starting over and coming from a lighter energy. And there's a lot of heavy energy in here with these Swords cards. And this Domestico and this Knight of Cups here. Absence. Remember I said someone away or separation, maybe a divorce. Absence. A letter. Another message coming in. And a journey. 2 trips. 2 letters. And an absence. A separation, something that happened really bad, a separation here. A letter perhaps coming in. This letter is indicative of a friendship or loyalty, perhaps still being there. This is a complete transformation. If this is, again, not a actual physical journey, then it will be a metaphorical, spiritual journey, a transformation. I want to pull 3 Sibyllas on this card, on this Two of Swords, and then I'm going to pull an Angel Answer card. I'm going to shut this down. I don't see a whole lot of movement in this spread. I don't see really any movement in this spread. I see hints and again, this is a Six of Swords as well. Is Swords diamonds? No. Diamonds are coins. Coins. It's a 6 of coins, Ace of coins, and a 10 of coins. Maybe somebody feels that somebody is laying a trap for them in love. 3 of Swords, a heartbreak or a disappointment. 6 of Cups, 2 of Cups. Oh, craziness. There has been no communication. And in a way, this has been something that's good, something positive, because it brings about a change. It brings about the start of something. I don't know what the hell this is talking about. Wow. I don't know. I'm just trying to, it's a very strange, let's put it this way. If I were going to title this, and I probably will, this video, I'm going to call it It's Complicated. That's really what I'm getting out of it. I think there's more going on in various aspects of this situation than meets the eye. And I think in one respect, it's kind of like everybody's doing their own thing, but they're operating in the dark. There feels like there's a lot of secrecy around this. I can't explain to you. I'm not picking that up from the cards. It is the energy coming off of it. It is something secretive um, that has not, and it doesn't have legs yet. It's not supposed to um, it's like it's still cooking or it's still brewing. But I think that it's kind of like being on the edge. I think if you recognize the situation, in a sense, you kind of feel that something is changing or about to change. But what? There's no indication of how this change is going to go. This is the Uranus card. That's the Tower card. I don't know what to tell you guys about this. This is a very odd spread. Let's see what the, I'm going to put one more shuffle on these, what the angel answer cards have to say. If this did not answer any questions for you, or if you are not in this situation, but you got something on your mind and maybe you just need to hear something to kind of help you through these next few days, hopefully the angel answer cards will provide that for you. I'm not really getting that. I mean, this could very well be an earth sign, male. Uh, it's reading like it's that, but also somebody who may be in that type of maybe capacity or has that type of energy. Maybe this could be somebody who might be of a different sign, but has the qualities of this king. Maybe they have some important planets that sit on their second house. He rules Taurus. There's Venus. Together, if we wanted to look at them differently, that's the Hierophant. Again, this card has come up. Don't stop. I have no clue what that means. Well, okay. I hope this message helped. Again, you can head on over to the channel by, my website by clicking on the little information, the little white eye that shows up there. The links for Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook group are in the About section of the channel. I probably won't, I might be back on Friday with the reading, one day after Uranus goes direct, the day before the new year. And until then, namaste.